All right, so 2K26 has been out for about a week now, and before we even get into this, I just want to make it very clear, I didn't buy it, I haven't even touched it, I haven't played at a friend's house, I haven't downloaded it, not a damn thing. I have 0 minutes played on this game, but I have been watching clips, I've been watching a bunch of YouTubers streaming it. A lot of these dudes are literally streaming like 8-9 hours a day, and I've been watching a lot of raging on Twitter and seeing what people have to say, so I kind of want to give my first impressions from the sidelines. That's what this video is going to be. Basically, think of me as the dude outside the club, kind of looking in through the window, standing there holding my water. I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to go into this club, or am I just going to say, fuck this? That's basically where I am right now. So I'm going to explain why I passed on buying the game, but first, I want to actually talk about the things that I do like about 2K26, because it's a decently long list. I think they did a decent job this year. So let's start with the parks, because honestly, I'll give them credit where it's due. 2K actually listened to the community about this. Like, you guys know I've been screaming all year about how the parks have looked unrealistic and stupid, and I actually really like the way they look this year. The vibe actually feels like a real spot you pull up to play basketball at, and not some weird-ass mechanical robot or like a pirate ship. Like, this feels like somewhere you'd actually play basketball, which is like the bare minimum for the park, but I'm glad that they actually listened to the community with that. I also really like how they're rewarding people for playing park this year. Like, you get extra rep. And with streak breakers, if you see someone on a streak, you can go play them and actually get a shitload of VC. Like, I've seen people make like 50K VC off of breaking a streak. That's a great incentive to get people to stop ducking games and acting all weird every time they see someone decent on the spot. So hopefully that means we can actually get consistent park games this year. That's a great change. And they're also bringing back new parks every season. They're going to be bringing back parks from 2K16, and they're also even going to be having brand new ones throughout the season. So overall, park is honestly looking like one of the strongest parts of this game, and I can't lie, I have to give these people props for that, even though I shit on them constantly. I think they did a really good job with park this year. Now, as for Rec, Pro-Am, Proving Grounds in the city, I really don't have a lot to say about that. Like, they're basically the same as the past years with like slight visual updates. The only real difference would be the city being smaller, which is nice, but like, I don't even want the city. I don't think anyone does. But if you're going to keep bringing the city back and annoy everyone so you can spam your sponsorships everywhere, I'm glad that it's at least a little smaller. So there's that. So next up, let's talk about the rep rewards. And honestly, they're fine. They're not amazing. They're not trash. They're just fine. Like, if rep rewards were a food, they would be a plain bagel. Like, it's edible. It gets the job done. It's calories, but like, no one's running around losing their fucking minds going, oh my God, this is so amazing. That's really how I think about them. The only things I actually care about would be the cap breakers and the starter 4 animations. When it comes to the cap breakers, 2K actually went crazy with the options this year. I think I saw somewhere that you can get up to 28 cap breakers through the crews, the build specialization, the challenges. There are so many different ways that it really incentivizes you to keep playing the game to get more cap breakers. I actually think they did a good job with that. And since I brought them up, I'll just briefly speak about it. Crews, I think, are a great addition. The only problem I have is if you have 50 people in one crew that are all looking to earn the same rewards, there's going to be so many people fucking boosting, and that's really going to piss me off. There's already been so many people that have gotten caught for it. If there's 50 people in one crew boosting, they're basically guaranteed to be at the #1 spot. But overall, the concept of crews, I think it's actually really cool. I think the rewards are actually pretty good. You can get cap breakers from that as well. And it kind of just gives you another way to grind besides just playing park or rec with your teammates. Like, your entire crew is basically grinding for one goal at the same time. And I think that's interesting. Now, as far as the build specializations go, I think that's a good change. I think it's a good thing to introduce, but man, they look like a full-time job to unlock that shit, especially like the defense one with the shot contest. It looks very buggy and what they consider a shot contest. And the shooting one especially just looks tedious as fuck. Like, I'm not trying to pull like 10,000 mid-range or three-pointers, bro. Like, that's going to take fucking forever. And it's the same way with the shot contest and a lot of the other ones. Like, I didn't know I was signing up for an internship at 2K just to get like a couple cap breakers, bro, and to change my build name. Like, that's fucking crazy, but I like the concept of it at least. All right, so now that we have all of the non-gameplay stuff out of the way, let's actually get into the real shit here. The gameplay, okay? Honestly, it is a huge improvement from 2K25, which, let's be real, like, that really isn't saying much because 2K25 was, yeah, it was fucking terrible. But still, progress, you know, it is progress. So let's start with what I like about the gameplay. The dribbling feels way better. The game speed is a lot faster, thank God. You know, pure green windows and no RNG. Shooting actually makes sense now. I'm not rolling a dice every time I take a shot and letting an algorithm decide if the ball is going to go in. You can actually time your shot and it will go in, which makes the game so much better. I haven't even played it, and I feel physically relieved by that. That should tell you how terrible 2K25 was. I really like the builder. When you mix it in with the new cap breakers, it actually feels like there's depth to the system instead of everyone running around with the same copy-paste builds. And just in general, even without the cap breakers, this game is very balanced overall, you know, besides the defense. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the defense in a minute. God, the defense is really bad. But offensively, this is the most balanced 2K has been in a long time. And I think that's why the game looks so fun, because everyone can dominate in their own unique play style. It's not like 25 where everyone has to run 299 centers and fucking just chuck up threes on a 99-3 and just pray that it goes in. And if not, the center gets the rebound. There's actual diversity to the way people are playing, and I think that's great. It's a little editor text jump scare. I'm a dumbass and I forgot to talk about finishing, so I'm going to talk about that real quick. I really like the way that the dunk meter works. It actually looks great. The badges mean something in terms of the green window size. You can actually see the green window size. And overall, dunking just looks really effective, especially with like the blur takeover and a bunch of the other ones. Dunking is very good again, and I'm glad to see that because the way that it's worked in the past has just been stupid. So I like finishing overall in this game. Besides the layups, you know, some of the layups are just stupid. I don't really like the way that that's working, but overall finishing has been pretty good. So yeah, back to the old text video now. All right, so now we got to talk about the negatives, and I'm obviously going to start with defense. What is going on with shot contests? Half the time, they do not even register at all. Half the time, they're completely random. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever the way it currently works. In a game that's built around pure green windows, you cannot have a trash contest system. That is a recipe for offensive chaos, which is where we are now with people shooting 85 to 90%. I've even seen some people shooting higher than that are probably cheating. But the higher caliber of players are shooting between 85 and 90% from three because of how stupid defense is. That's just dumb. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, there are some good aspects to the defense. I like that there aren't canned pluck steal animations anymore. The game rewards you for playing real defense and blitzing people instead of just running up to them and spamming X or square like a fucking maniac. That is good. But when you add inconsistent contests and terrible paint defense that's extremely inconsistent, that's just yikes. Like, the whole game is very, like, offense heavy. And to me, it just looks fucking weird. Like, lockdowns, if you play lockdown on this game, you're going to fucking hate it because a lot of the defense right now is just stupid and doesn't make any sense. Now, I also want to talk about rhythm shooting. Before people comment, yes, I understand and I get it. There's no advantage to using it anymore since you don't have to line up both of the timings. I get it, so it should be easier. But it just feels wrong. Like, I see a shot say green on the top, but then I see slightly early and boom, it fucking goes in. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me or register in my brain. If one of the timings doesn't matter for rhythm shooting, then why do I have to see that on the feedback? Just get rid of that side of the feedback completely if I don't fucking need it. Like, that's just stupid. And you guys know I'm not a fan of rhythm shooting in general. Like, I just think it's clunky, it's unnecessary, and the way it's set up now, especially, just, it feels off. At least in 25, I was like, okay, I don't like it, but it gives you an advantage, so it makes sense to do. Like, here, I just look at it and I'm like, no, that's stupid. Like, why is this even in the game if it doesn't give you an advantage? And of course, we obviously have to talk about the 7-4 builds running around. Now, funny enough, I don't even really have that much of a problem with the builds themselves. Like, we've been asking for taller builds to actually be viable, to be able to shoot consistently, to be able to dribble just a little bit, like not anything crazy, and just in general, not to feel like a fucking traffic cone. And 2K finally gave us that with 26. So in that sense, it is a W. But my problem is, when you pair those builds with this stupid broken contest system that we have right now, it gets out of hand pretty quickly because on a 7-4 player, you can just shoot anything anytime you want, and the game will basically always register this shit as an open. Like, sure, it makes sense that they should be harder to contest, so I understand some of them just saying open, but some of the shots on Twitter and just on streams that I've seen going in are fucking ridiculous, bro. So really, it's less about 7-4 players, I guess my complaint, being OP, and it's more about the defense being stupid and inconsistent. Like, can we get some type of shot contest fix or paint defense or just something, bro? Because the way that the game works right now, I'm not even saying it's inherently bad. Like, it honestly does look really fun, but obviously there are some things here that could use a bit of a change. So I'm sure some of you have noticed we're about 10 minutes into this video, and I know you're probably thinking, I've pretty much only said good stuff about this game, so why would I not buy it? And that's exactly what I want to explain here. So the number one reason for me, at least right now, is I'm still having fun on 2K24. I have until December to keep playing before the servers go down. I've got 8 maxed builds. I know the game inside and out. Basically, I get to keep playing 2K24 for free and have a good time. And I'm really not in any rush to get 2K26, although it does look fun. Like, let's break down what would happen right now if I was to buy the game and actually start playing. So first of all, I have to buy the game. So I'm $70 down without tax. Then once I'm in the game, I have to spend like an hour surfing through YouTube trying to find the best build that I actually like. Then I have to spend another $100 to upgrade the build. Then, once I'm actually in the city after all the cutscenes and all the bullshit, I have to play street ball against the strawberry shortcake motherfucker to get all of my badges and hot zones, which is going to take days, or I could play offline MYCAREER, which in my opinion is even more torture, right? Then after all that and days of this, I then need to hunt down all the best jump shots, the best dribble moves, and the best dunk packages. I have to get through all this YouTuber slop of people like blurring out the best animations and skip around all the videos. That'll take me at least an hour to do all of that, and I have to buy all those animations with VC. Then after all that, I have to do my Gatorade drills because, of course, your stamina starts off shit, so I have to keep doing those to progressively get better with my stamina. Then I have to buy clothes, tattoos, and boosts. And then, and only then, days after days, and roughly $250 later, I can finally play online with my first build. Or I could just keep playing 2K24 for free and avoid all of that bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna pass for now. Like, that just sounds like fucking hell. And yeah, there are obviously other reasons holding me back. Like, I already know the servers are terrible. Crossplay hasn't even worked in like 3 or 4 days. That's just embarrassing. There have been 2 patches and crossplay still does not work. I find that hilarious. So there's that. There's the terrible servers. Obviously, the prices of everything. I'm not trying to spend $250 just to play on one build. There's also skill-based matchmaking, and I already know the fucking retard NPCs are going to be typing, oh, you just want to play bombs, bro. No, it's terrible. I do not want to get on this game and sweat my dick off for no reward. It's just stupid. With skill-based matchmaking, I can either play ranked with skill-based and get a reward, or I can play normal, relaxed park with skill-based and get no reward. Do you see why that's fucking stupid? They're trying to take something inherently casual like park, and they're trying to add skill-based into it and make it competitive. That's just fucking stupid. So there's also skill-based. There's other reasons. I'm not trying to waste your time. Basically, I'm staying on 24 for a while longer. I'm in no rush to get 26. And I will admit, 26 looks like the best next-gen 2K from what we have so far and what we've seen. I don't care. I'm not spending that much fucking money on it for Mike Wang to patch the game next week. He's suddenly going to add pluck steals, and then pluck steals suck again, and oh my god, now lanes are overpowered. He's going to keep playing DJ with the fucking sliders. He does this every year. Even if I spent the $250 on a good build, it's going to be obsolete in a week when this motherfucker starts patching shit. I'm good, bro. I will stay on 24. I'll probably end up waiting until December when they inevitably abandon the game and just leave it in a really shit state, which is what they do every year. And around December, the game will be like $20, $30. Then I can get on the game. I can make one build. I don't have to worry about it getting patched or any of the bullshit because the devs don't care anymore. And I can get on in December and have fun and stop caring about any of this bullshit. That's probably going to be the plan right now. So yeah, that's pretty much my first impressions of 2K26. That's why I personally didn't buy it. Overall, there is a lot to like. If you're still on 25 and you're debating buying this game, switch immediately. Do not be like me sitting back on 24. Get on 26 immediately. It's a much better game. Stop wasting your time with 25. That game is fucking abysmal. Stop even wondering it in your head. Just buy 26. For me personally, I'm going to be on 2K24 a while longer until the servers go down. I'll be watching all the chaos from the sidelines, and I'll be laughing at everyone suffering through the bullshit grind that goes on around this time of the year. So that's pretty much the plan now. So thank you for watching to the end. I really do appreciate you guys sticking around for the whole video. If you enjoyed it, you know what I'm saying? Drop a like, drop a comment, do some shit down there. I never asked for likes and comments. Figured I'd switch it up this video. I want to hear how you guys are surviving out there. How are you liking the game? And until the next one, I'm out of here, people. Stay sane, get the fuck off 2K25, and peace.